Good afternoon, Big Brother fans. It is Sunday afternoon, August 9th. Last I talked to you was just over 24 hours ago. Power Veto players had been picked or were being picked. And those players ended up being Dee and Kamu. The nominees, as I mentioned, are currently Chuck, Haley, and Barrett. And Latrice is the head of household with, in my opinion, and many people's opinions, Taylor being the shadow head household. And there had been craziness yesterday morning. If you didn't listen to my podcast yesterday, you should go back and listen to that, but I will give you a very brief recap. Angela apparently suffered major guilt complex or something, and she revealed to Haley that she lied about the vote. And that just set everything off in motion. And she got, it just set Haley off to telling Chuck, who came back to talk to Dee, or not to Dee, to Angela. Angela also told Dee and said, you better cover your bases. So that put Dee into scramble mode. But most of the stuff I'm going to talk about, everything I'm going to talk about now happened after I talked to you guys the first time, because they were just done picking the Power of Veto players. I think when it came back, I think Angela revealed to the whole house her vote. I still haven't seen confirmation on that, but trust me, everybody seems to know how Angela voted. So I think she may have said it in the Power Veto player selection meeting, right? Go figure. Who knew that was a time? But the fallout that happened after that has now consumed the last, I'm not joking, 8 hours of my last 16 hours have been devoted to figuring out what the heck happened after that. Because personally, I went to a concert last night. I saw Gladys Knight. It was one of those things that I was being a dutiful husband. I enjoy her music. I enjoyed the show. It was great. But if I had my druthers, I would have stayed home and watched the feeds all yesterday. But sometimes you don't do those things if you want to stay happily married. So I didn't. So I went down to Indianapolis and saw her, and it was good. And I was kind of watching things on my phone every once in a while, and my wife knows what's going on. It's not, I try to be very careful about it. I actually recorded, I edited a TikTok all the way down because she was the one driving. So I'm editing a TikTok that I posted, and which then also shows up on Instagram. But I'll record all that before I left. So look, I can't even tell you exactly word for word what happened. I just know the bits and pieces that I saw. I watched almost all of it, some of it on fast forward, some of it skipping sections. But, so after the Power Veto player selection, Dee pulled Kamu up into the gym. They talked for over 45 minutes. I did not watch all of it, but I caught the important parts. One part was Dee started talking about, well, you know, I trust you, and you know I lied about the vote, and she's still lying about the vote. I don't know if she's admitted it yet. No, she hasn't. She hasn't fully admitted it. Haley does not know. She has her suspicions, but she doesn't know. So Dee starts talking to Kamu and goes, look, I trust you. I'm going to show you how much I trust you, this, that, and the other. And the biggest takeaway from this is that she tells Kamu lots of stuff about how things were going on and meetings that he wasn't a part of, what led to the reason, which isn't exactly the truth about the vote flip, but it's good enough for Kamu to keep him calm down and make him seem like she's on his side. But the bigger moment happened when she said, I'm going to tell you something. I got one of the powers. And he didn't know that. And she told Devins too. We knew that part. We knew yesterday that she told Devins Friday night. Well, she told Kamu yesterday afternoon, and she sold him up and down. I haven't told anybody else. I swear to you, right? Dee will swear on everything and anything when she sticks it. She is a cutthroat player, man, and I'm not knocking her. She plays the game. So Dee, she tells Kamu this. And then they start, Chuck and Haley got up there and they're having a meeting. And I don't know if she went to get Yash or how it happened, but the next thing, she's bringing Yash into the room, or Yash is coming into the room. They're pretending to be summoned, however they're working it. But she says to Yash, look, Yash, I'm still sticking with the story that I voted. You know, I'm not telling Haley and Chuck how I voted, and I know you're not. And we can just accuse each other of lying, and we can just fight, pretend to fight, but let's just stick it out all the way to the end, and we'll just fight like, you know, pretend we're against each other. And Yash says, sure, let's do it. Hugs, and they walk into the gym to talk with Haley and Chuck and Kamu. Now, they have a good long discussion where they're trying to salvage things and fix things and make things right. And I don't even know the impetus for this, but I think Dee knew they were talking. Everybody knew there was a conference going on in this gym. Eventually, Kamu goes and gets gets Angela, brings Angela into this room where they talk. And Angela's worked up, not hysterically worked up, but worked up. And she's saying, I did what I did, and she doesn't throw Dee under the bus. She doesn't throw anybody else under the bus. She sticks to it. She just says, this is what I did. It happened when it happened. I panicked. I was going with the house, and, you know, and I basically admitting that she lied to everybody that she did it. So there's still, you know, the votes still don't work out. And I never saw, and I may have missed it, I never saw Dee and Yash actually accuse each other of lying in front of them, like they talked about doing. I didn't see that happen. It may have. There was a couple times that the feeds cut. So it's possible some of this actually happened while the feeds were down. We don't know for sure, or I don't know for sure. But I saw enough. So at some point, well, the feeds cut. So what's going on? As some of these discussions are going on, meanwhile, and we didn't see it, but she reported back on it, Latrice, Lala, is eavesdropping on this conversation. I don't think she was hearing all the details, but she was hearing enough. And she tells Taylor, they're both in the head of household room, that she's eavesdropping, and there's lots of loud voices and you know, arguing, and I think they said Angela's getting upset. I think there's tears. I need to go rescue her. I'm gonna pretend I need to work out, and I just walk in on this, and then I'll rescue Angela. But she's excited about all this chaos. Some of them are really loving the chaos. Taylor, I'm not talking about Taylor much in any of this. Taylor is in on all of this stuff, you know, in certain ways, and she's loving the chaos. She thinks that Dee's playing a little bit too chaotic, I think, but Taylor's also enjoying it. So Taylor has come into her own. Yash is now, you know, gone from first week nominee to he's got, you know, irons in the fire. Dee's working hard. Everybody thinks they're working hard except for Latrice, probably. But anyway, meanwhile, you know, Mallory and Melody are still chained together with their thing through today. They'll get released sometime this afternoon or tonight. Devins is hardly anywhere to be seen. It was a running joke yesterday that he was on his pool floaty, which I am going to make a video of Devins on his pool floaty. That is another one of the things to do that I thought I was going to do today, and then I went to this 3-minute summary that I posted. I'm trying to give you what everybody else is doing. Drew, who we barely saw during all this, not that he wasn't around, but he wasn't involved as an actor, you know, as one of the people involved. And same with Barrett. Barrett was kind of on the sidelines, and Devins was kind of on the side. They made a joke. Well, we're the misfits. We're not included in this thing, which was not necessarily a bad thing to not be included in this mess. So that's all going on outside. Angela's laying out there too. Suddenly, Kamu comes outside and says to Angela, "Hey, can you come talk for a minute?" And so she gets summoned, and the downstairs people react. They're like, "Oh, Angela got summoned. You know, why haven't you been summoned yet, Drew?" And Drew's like, "I guess I'm just one of the misfits." That's the misfit joke. So that's happening downstairs. Kamu brings Angela into the room. I think I may have already said part of this, but Angela, the voices are going up, right? That's how we got to this point where the voices are getting raised, and Latrice has picked up on it, and Latrice is going to head to the gym to interrupt and to try to save Angela or whatever, and the feed's cut. And the feed's cut for 2 or 3 or 4 minutes. I don't even know can't remember exactly how long. But when the feeds come back, you see Latrice and Taylor standing in the doorway of the gym, and Angela has apparently run out of the gym. Everybody else is still in the gym, but apparently, you know, Angela, it got very heated. Words were exchanged. Loud things were said. We will see some version of this on Wednesday, but we didn't get to see it. Angela I think has gone to the head of household room, and Latrice looking at this, this went too far or something, and I'm going to go take care of Angela, and she and Taylor leave. And so you're left with Kamu, Yash, Haley, and Chuck and Dee sitting in the room. And they're a bit quiet, whatever. And they're like, well, we need to figure this out, whatever. And Dee goes, can I talk to these two, meaning Kamu and Yash, alone, please? And so Haley said yes, and Chuck, and they get up and they walk out. And the camera is zoomed in on Haley, on Dee. And she's got her head in her hands, like this has been really stressful. And she said, my heart's racing, and my hands are shaking. And as soon as they knew that Haley and Chuck were far enough away from the gym, all three of them start laughing hysterically, very quietly, rolling on the floor. I'm not joking, falling off their chair onto the floor, rolling around. They jump up. They are so proud of themselves on this whole meeting and how it was chaotic and a disaster and just messy. And then you have Angela back in the head of household room. Latrice and Taylor and Chuck is in there. They're all talking with her, trying to calm her down or whatever. I watched it. There was really nothing of substance there. And honestly, some of this is all an act by multiple people. I don't think Angela was acting. I think she was truly upset. But the next moment that I included in my summary clip that I did was I had heard about Haley getting into it with Latrice. And it wasn't as dramatic as I thought. But basically, Latrice was telling off Haley and says, you owe Angela an apology. And Haley's just going like, we'll take care of it. Things will be addressed or whatever. But, Latrice is lecturing her and saying things and said, well, you do. And it was awkward and uncomfortable. And Haley finally walked away. I did not include this part in my summary clip, which was Latrice saying, you go back to your room or whatever kind of a thing. It was just, awkward and uncomfortable and, funny when you're watching it from the outside and you're not, it's just like, oh man. And that's the major highlights. Kamu has said he is... Oh, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, they played the power veto. They played the power veto after this. And Kamu won the power veto. So Kamu is the power veto holder. He says he's not going to use it. Now, everyone online was like, oh, yeah, he's not going to use it. This means it. It's like, no, I'm not counting my chickens until they are hatched. Until we are past the power veto meeting on Monday, I am not counting on Kamu not to use the power veto. So we'll see. It doesn't seem like anything is going to get patched up enough, for Kamu to have a soft heart and decide to save Haley or Chuck or even Barrett. So I don't think he's going to use it, but we'll see tomorrow. But all of this stuff that I just told you, whatever they show of it will be shown on Wednesday's episode. The Power of Veto episode. That's when it will all be shown. None of this will be shown on tonight's episode. Now, we got a lot to show on tonight's episode with the fallout from the vote. I still haven't watched this unlocked from Friday. Dang it. The fallout from the vote, the head of household competition, and nominations. So, yeah, tonight's show will be okay. Wednesday's show would be the one not to miss if you have to pick between the two. And that, my friends, is what went on yesterday. And let me do it. It's only been 13 minutes. I'm doing good, 14 minutes. I got most of that through to you. There are lots of bits and pieces that I didn't include, but that's it. Now, I took all of that video that I watched yesterday from the post-Power Veto player selection, and I edited it down to a 3-minute video. And that is a summary, but it is not a informational, because it is really just, here's the highlights, here's the fights, here's the this, but it doesn't explain certain things. It's not being done for an explainer. I need a longer video for that, where you see all the discussions. But it was fun to put together. People are liking it, so I did that. You should check it out. It's posted on Blue Sky, but I may also end up putting it on Twitter. We'll see. Not Twitter. I may put it on Twitter. I may throw that up on Twitter as a bone to the Twitter folks. But I may put it on TikTok. We'll see. Anything else to tell you about right now? I don't think so. I mean, there's plenty to tell you. Okay, Mr. car be quiet. I'm crossing a lane intentionally and the car's getting mad at me, and I usually have that sensor off. But all right, so back to me. There's your squirrel moments. That's what I've got. I got other errands to run and things to do now, so I'm really not watching much of the feeds today. There was a conversation going on between Chuck and Camu today that may be interesting to watch later. I don't know. But other than that, I haven't seen major developments. Nothing noteworthy to change anything. I think yesterday was the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It was a jam-packed weekend already. We can do with a calm day today. And again, if you want to see all the clips that I'm talking about, the 18 clips that I did of Angela's meltdown and telling people and her lies being exposed, that's on Blue Sky. And if you want to see my 3-minute summary of everything that happened after that, that is also on Blue Sky. And I will probably do a couple of other videos, versions of stuff at some point in the next 24 hours, having fun with the whole moments, especially having fun with the fact that Devins spent a lot of the day yesterday on a pool floaty in the pool, staying out of all of the drama. I'm going to figure out a way to present that to people online. I'm signing off, folks. Hey, if by chance you heard this and you really enjoyed like the videos or something, don't forget, you can always do the Ko-fi thing, or you can do a become a patron. Any of those things, because it's nice to see and it makes me feel appreciated. Yeah. And with that, I'm signing off. Take care, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.